Hey up guys, welcome back. Short little video about brushes. Now obviously what I do mostly airbrush, but need brushes for painting pilot figures and various other things. And I'm gonna go through what my favorite is and where I purchased them from and a few other things. Now simply, this is all you need, well all I need at least. It's Rosemary & Co. British company, they do ship worldwide. If you're in England, that's obviously super cheap. If you're in the US, you save 20% of tax, which is not a bad thing. But the problem is the actual Klinsky sable brushes are banned for import into the US. Some strange law, I don't know, some kind of Geneva thing going on. But whatever, you can't get, well, thought you can't get them, but there is a supplier, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Anywhere else in the world, get these no problem at all. Now, these three, I just got a replenishment, exactly the same brushes. So I'll take take those to the side, and we'll talk about what we got here. So let's start with the flat brushes. Flat brushes are super important. If I'm painting a pilot figure, for example, pilot figure, I'm not going to use a sharp point to paint all the colors in. I'm going to use a flat brush. So I've got here, this is a size 4, which for probably the 35th scale, 48th scale is fine. And I'm just going to block paint the color with a flat brush. You don't get so many brush marks, it's way easier to paint. So my personal kind of selection here, 4, 6, and 8. And for what I do, you can see there the sizes. It's absolutely perfect, gives me everything I need. I don't really need to go much bigger than that. If I can go much bigger, I wouldn't necessarily use a nice brush like this. I would use more of a cheaper like brush if I'm saying painting a base or something. But painting figures, all that kind of stuff, again, 4, oh, they're in the wrong order. 4, 6, and 8. This is Rosemary & Co. And this is series 768. 768. As you can see there, they're sable blend, so they're not synthetic. They are sable. And these aren't very expensive. Obviously, the bigger the brushes, the more expensive they get, but ranging around about $5 to $7 to $8 each. So very reasonable. So flat brushes. All right, main brush, my pointy brush, my nice brush is a Rosemary & Co. Series 33 and size number 2. Now, let me just kind of dispel a myth here. Most people, when they get into the hobby, like myself included, think smaller brushes make things easier to paint. That is incorrect. If you get anything smaller than a 1, so if you're looking like the 10, 0, 5, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, tiny little brushes, there's only a couple of hairs. So the problem is they don't hold any paint. So as soon as you touch the thing, there's no paint on there. So it's more important to have a longer bristles and a slightly bigger brush with a very nice tip. As you can see here, that tip. And this is a good quality brush with a tight tip, and you can paint any kind of details on even 72nd scale figures with a brush, a size 2 brush. Again, don't fall in the habit of thinking like a 10-0 will make your painting a lot better. No. Size 2, Rosemary & Co. Series 33. Like, see, I bought 3 of these. This one's missing a cover, but yeah, so I bought 3 of these. And typically one of these brushes, treated rightly, should last a couple of years, if not longer. They'll last a really long time. Now, my previous one accidentally got some super glue on it, so obviously game over. So I got myself 3 more. Now, I've tried all kinds of other brushes, the Amazon ones, even the Klinsky Stable on Amazon, various other brushes, and they don't have the same point or same quality as these Rosemary & Co. Now, again, these aren't that badly priced. I don't know exact price for size 2. I think it was around about $12. Now compare that to a Winsor & Newton Series 7. These are like $25. So I've got a Series 7. This is happens to be a size 1. But guess what? Look at that. The tip. It's not very pointy or sharp at all compared to this. You can see the difference. I've never used, this is brand new, never used. Winsor & Newton versus a Rosemary & Co. And you can just see the difference. And again, this is 2.5 times more expensive for the Winsor & Newton. Also, some of the other popular brands, it's kind of hard to get hold of. I think Broken Toad, I don't think they're around anymore. Artist Opus. Let's talk about Artist Opus. They're very expensive. They're like 3-4 times more expensive than Rosemary Co. Guess what? Artis Opus are made by Rosemary Co. The Rosemary Co. brushes, which are labeled Artis Opus. Now, bear in mind, maybe slightly different quality. It's like walking into a car dealership. If you walk into Toyota, a base model Corolla is not the same as, you know, a fully loaded Grand Highlander, right? So Artis Opus, you know, I'm sure it's slightly different materials and whatever, but it's essentially made, it's a Rosemary Co. brush. So again, Series 33 Rosemary Co. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these, if you're in the US, they can be tricky to get hold of. Well, you can't get them imported from the company direct anymore. You can get the flat brushes, but these ones you can't, the Series 33. So I did find online this company called Wild River Arts. And you can see there the email mary@wildriverarts.com. Now, you go to the website, they had all the Rosemary Co. brushes on there, but you can't buy from the website. You have to call them to make the purchase, which is kind of annoying somewhat. So I saw it, I thought, I bet they don't have Series 33 or what I'm looking for. So I emailed her, and about 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, no joke, she responded in like 20 minutes, like late at night. They respond right at 24 hours a day almost. They seem to be responding to stuff. So she responded right away and said, yeah, we have them. Just call us to make the purchase. So I was like, well, rather than me giving all the information over the phone, here's my email. So I emailed her back with my address, exactly what I wanted, you know, all the different size brushes. And she gave me a price, which was about $50 for all this, plus $10 flat shipping. They're based in Texas. Then I called them the next day on Sunday and got a voicemail. And I think it was Father's Day. And I said, yeah, hey, no rush. I don't know if you guys are open or not, but just calling back to make the purchase, my credit card number. Within like an hour or two on Father's Day, the guy called me back, again, Wild River Arts, and again, the credit card number. This was Sunday. Monday morning it shipped out, and by Friday I had them. So great service. Don't be just kind of put off by the fact you can't order on the website. You have to call them up. But they're very nice people. They respond right away. And if you're in the US, you can get these Rosemary & Co. brushes. Now, I'm mostly, although I live in the US, I'm British. I still have family in England. I have a sister who lives in England. So I did look at maybe just getting from Rosemary Co. in England, shipping to my sister, which was maybe a little bit cheaper, and then just having her mail them to me. But by the time I did that, it was the same price, if not more expensive, just buying them from Wind River Arts. They call it Wild River Arts? Wind River Arts. But there we go. That's it. Short, sweet video. These are my brushes. Yeah. If you have any different brushes you prefer, put them in the comments below. I'm always looking for new suggestions. Have a good one. Catch you next time.